Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Bachelor Nation News fans. Bachelorette star Clare Crawley made a name for herself in the franchise for saying exactly what was on her mind, no matter what. She sought love on The Bachelor, Bachelor in Paradise, and Bachelor Winter Games before headlining season 16 of The Bachelorette. She made history as the first lead to quit the show after falling in love. Clare Crawley knew Dale Moss was the one for her as soon as they met and didn't want to go through the motions of a whole season. So Clare and Dale left together, and ABC brought in Tayshia Adams to finish out the season. But Clare jumped the gun with Dale. They broke up after a year of dating. She eventually found love outside of reality TV. She married Ryan Dawkins in February 2023. They welcomed a daughter through surrogacy in 2024. As for Dale Moss, he is part of the Bachelor in Paradise cast for Season 10. The new season premieres on Monday, July 7th. Tune in to see if he finds love for a second time. In addition to her daughter, Rowan, Clare Crawley is also the stepmom to her husband's two daughters from his previous marriage. But it seems things aren't going well for her as a stepmother. She took to social media to vent about her husband's ex. Bachelorette star alludes to toxic co-parenting relationship. Clare Crawley often uses social media to interact with her followers. She recently opened her Instagram DMs to questions from fans. The Bachelorette star previously alluded to problems co-parenting with her husband's ex. In a more recent Instagram interaction, Clare encouraged her followers to spill their own grievances about co-parenting. One follower wrote that they want their ex to stop alienating their son against them. "It's so toxic for our child," they wrote. Clare Crawley related to the fan's situation. "Such a real thing," she responded. She encouraged the fan to hang in there because the child usually realizes which parent was responsible for the alienation. Another fan confided in Clare, "I wish my stepdaughter's mom would just disappear." The Bachelorette star replied that the sentiment was a common thread in the messages she'd been getting. She said that if an ex would just move on and find peace, co-parenting issues would happen less often. "Sad thing is, this affects the children worse than anything," Clare wrote. Fans blast her. Clare Crawley didn't really say that her responses were about her husband's ex, but many fans thought it was clear what she was talking about. They took to social media to blast Clare for posting personal family issues online without thinking of the children involved. One angry Bachelor Nation fan wrote, "Clare is so insane for posting this. She's a middle-aged woman with zero maturity. She is building the mom's case for parental alienation at this point." Another added, "WTF, this is so disrespectful to the stepkids and husband." A third fan didn't mince words, writing, "Clare is trashy." Do you think Clare Crawley was wrong for airing her issues with her husband's ex on social media?
Clare Crawley
Sound off in the
wishes
comments.
husband's baby mama would disappear. The Bachelorette's most explosive chapter yet. Reality Fire Daily. A fairy tale wedding with a shadow. Clare Crawley had been through it all. Public heartbreaks, social media scrutiny, broken engagements, and the constant tabloid rumor mill that trailed every Bachelor Nation star. But none of that prepared her for what lay ahead. When she married Ryan Dawes, a private equity investor and doting single father, Clare finally felt like she'd found the stability she deserved. Her wedding was a Pinterest dream, set in Napa Valley, surrounded by vineyards, white roses, and a quartet playing "You Are the Reason" as she walked down the aisle. Ryan's 6-year-old daughter, Ava, stood beside them in a flower crown, looking like she had walked straight out of a fairy tale. To the world, it was perfect. Behind closed doors, however, there was one person Clare couldn't stop thinking about, one person she desperately wished would just disappear. Her name was Candace Marlowe, Ryan's ex and Ava's biological mother. And Clare wasn't just threatened by her, she was becoming obsessed. The warning signs. At first, Clare tried to play it cool. She was the wife now. She was the one Ryan had chosen. Candace was the past. But there were little things, tiny, sharp needles Clare couldn't ignore. Candace would linger a bit too long at drop-offs. She'd wear low-cut tops and Dior perfume when picking up Ava, knowing Ryan would open the door. And then there were the text messages. "Ava forgot her bunny. Mind if I come back? I'll only stay a minute." Clare felt like she was being gaslighted into silence. Every time she voiced a concern, Ryan would say, "You're overreacting," or "She's just being polite." But Clare knew a woman's games when she saw them. After all, she played some herself during The Bachelorette. "I'm not crazy," Clare whispered to herself one night as she scrolled Candace's Instagram. The woman was too perfect. Lashes, body, influencer deals, and worst of all, hundreds of comments calling her a hot mama. Clare didn't just feel insecure, she felt like she was under siege. When reality TV meets real life. It started leaking to the press. Anonymous DMs were sent to gossip blogs like Dumois and Bachelor Nation T. A Reddit thread titled, "Is Clare Crawley feuding with her stepdaughter's mom?" gained traction. One user claimed to have overheard Clare in a Sephora in Los Angeles saying, "I wish that woman would just disappear. She's ruining my marriage." Clare denied it, but her fans noticed she stopped posting photos with Ava. Gone were the cute car rides and cookie baking content. And the timing was suspect, especially when Candace posted a cryptic TikTok with the audio, "When his new girl can't handle the fact he used to love me." The caption? "Some women just can't take the heat." Bachelor Nation was divided. Was Clare being territorial, or was Candace playing games? One thing was clear. Clare had lost control of the narrative. The diary. A former assistant of Clare's, who asked to remain anonymous, claimed to have seen a journal entry that read, "I love Ava, but if Candace disappeared, poof, everything would be easier. She manipulates Ryan. She uses Ava as a pawn. Sometimes I dream of her moving away or getting married to some rich guy and just being gone." It wasn't a threat, but it didn't sound good either. This revelation sent shockwaves through fan communities. Suddenly, Clare's image as the poised, empowered woman who stood up for herself in front of Juan Pablo and walked away from the Bachelorette mid-season to choose Dale Moss was starting to crack. But no one expected what happened next. A custody twist. Candace filed a motion for full custody. In the documents, she alleged that Clare had been verbally aggressive and emotionally unstable, citing multiple heated arguments where Clare reportedly told her, "You're a guest in my daughter's life now." Ryan was blindsided. Clare was devastated. "I was protecting my marriage," Clare told Us Weekly. "I never tried to come between Ava and her mother, but there comes a point where a woman can only take so much." Candace wasn't backing down. She released a statement through her lawyer. "My priority is Ava's well-being. If someone is wishing for my disappearance, that's not a safe environment." Suddenly, it was war. Secrets and surveillance. Desperate to prove her innocence, Clare turned to a controversial solution. She hired a private investigator. She wanted dirt on Candace, anything to show the court that she was the manipulative one. What the PI found shocked even Clare. Candace was allegedly dating a married man, she had a secret OnlyFans account under a fake name, and, most damning of all, there were text messages between her and Ava's school counselor where she called Clare psychotic. Clare wanted to leak it all. Ryan begged her not to. "She's still Ava's mom," he said. "Please, Clare, don't stoop to her level." But it was too late. TMZ broke the story days later. The title? Clare Crawley versus Baby Mama. Explosive feud goes nuclear with secret investigation. The intervention. With their marriage hanging by a thread and the public watching every move, Ryan staged an intervention. He invited both women to a mediation session with a therapist present. Candace showed up in Gucci. Clare wore black like she was headed to battle. The therapist asked a simple question. "What do you need to coexist?" Candace replied, "I need boundaries." Clare snapped, "I need her to disappear." There was a long silence. And then Clare added quietly, "Emotionally, from our lives. I need her to stop lingering in every moment of our marriage like a ghost that never left." Candace scoffed. "I'm not haunting you, I'm co-parenting." That was the moment Clare realized something. She'd lost the high ground. A viral apology. In a surprise twist, Clare took to Instagram Live. No filters, no makeup, just tears and honesty. "I've let jealousy, pain, and insecurity turn me into someone I don't recognize. Candace, if you see this, I don't really want you to disappear. I just want peace. I want to be a good stepmom. I want to love Ava without feeling like I'm in a silent competition." The video went viral. Celebrities from Bachelor Nation like Caitlin Bristow and Ashley Iconit left supportive comments. Fans begged Candace to respond. And she did. She reposted Clare's video with a single emoji. A new chapter. Weeks later, Clare and Candace were spotted having lunch, with Ava in tow. Sources say they're in a working co-parenting truce, but the wounds are still fresh. Ryan and Clare are reportedly in couples therapy, and Clare has stepped back from the influencer spotlight to focus on her family. Still, fans can't help but wonder, will Candace really back off? Can Clare ever truly let go of the resentment? And did she really, even for a second, want her gone? The ghost we keep. In a rare podcast appearance on Off the Vine, Clare summed it up best. "We all have ghosts. Candace was mine, not because of who she is, but because of what she represented. My fear of being second best, my fear of losing control. I don't wish her harm, but I do wish I didn't have to fight for space in my own marriage." One thing is for sure, this wasn't your typical Bachelor fairy tale. It was messier, it was realer, and it was something Bachelor Nation will never forget. What do you think? Was Clare Crawley justified, or did she take it too far? Drop your thoughts below.